I entered into what I guess what they call a pretext stop, where they had been arresting and dealing with people with narcotics that night in my neighborhood. So I didn't know at the time that somebody had ran from them earlier. So when I come through there, they stopped me. But when they stopped me because they said that I ran a stop sign. I never ran a stop sign, but okay, uh, you gonna give me a ticket? What you gonna do? So when I give him my license, he went back and came back, gave me my license back, and asked to search my car. Well, being a convicted felon and a man that has nothing to hide, I agreed to allow the officers to search my car. Now I don't know at the time that they have a drugs thing going on. I don't know any of this. I only found this out later. So when I let him search my car and I get out the car, like 8 or 9 officers run up on me and said he's eating crack. He's eating crack. They just kept saying it. They choking me now, telling me to open up my mouth. Well, my mouth is open. Well, you said that I had crack in my mouth, but you never go in my mouth to get anything out of my mouth. Uh, you never you don't do anything, but you got canine dogs out there right now. So they take me to the hospital from the scene. And when we get to the hospital, the officer tell the lady that he bring me up there because I ate crack. So the lady looked at me and looked at him and she told me to stand over there on the wall, which I did. So I'm standing over there, maybe an hour and a half go by. So I began to tell the officer, I said, what we gonna do? Stand up here all night? So the lady went and got me a room and she asked him to unhandcuff me so she could take my blood pressure. And he did. And when he began to take my blood pressure, when she began to take my blood pressure, everything was normal. And the officer left me in there with the lady. But the lady saw my veins in my hands and she said, oh, you got some good veins. When we get ready to stick you, I'm going to be the one to draw your blood. And I said, yes, ma'am. I said, well, can we please do it so I can go? So as the lawyer exited, he left another officer in charge of me. Now, this officer stayed gone maybe 40, 45 minutes or so before the officer returned. So when the officer returned, the lady, I guess, waiting on him to get a go ahead for her to draw my blood. But when this officer returned, he told the lady to discharge me. And she said, I can't discharge him. Only the doctor can discharge him. So he said, well, get the doctor to discharge him. So at this time, I'm thinking that they made a mistake and it's about clear since they don't want to do a toxicology test on me. So when she got the doctor to discharge me, he put me back in handcuffs and took me to jail and threw me in jail for tampering with evidence. At no time did they ever find any evidence of any crack on me. They said I had stopped at a crack house that they had under surveillance. Well, far as I know, on surveillance mean you got pictures, videos, and everything. So you cannot show any of this here because I never stopped at a crack house. This is just an excuse that the Tyler police and the narcotic officers has been using for decades to entrap people in pretext stop in what they call North Tyler.